Ah, yeah. Hey, Amaru. Only if you're ready. Let's go. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love that do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Me no care about all the noise, but I'm digging your station. See how you got my head spinning with a body rotation. Couple of days went by, now I'm losing my patience. Go ahead, drop a pin, girl, wanna know your location. What's your location? Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way out. I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day. Bea. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love that do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Yeah. Do you know she royalty? Do you know she royalty? I be that one that'll get her heart racing. I did feel like with her we can take over nations, yeah. We can take a trip whenever, girl, you need a vacation. Number one bad girl, killing everything like on a mission. Girl on a mission. Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way out. I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day. Bea. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love that do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Yeah.
When do it becomes
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday podcast. Hope you're all doing well this Sunday, that you had a great weekend. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thank you so much, Church Nelly, for reminding everyone as always. And who was it that said it in the chat? Yes, as Ruth C said, thank you to our ever-present Church Nelly and all our mods for your commitment to making the podcast safe. Yes, so we can have a safe space to be Sussex fans and royal watchers without all of the deranger hoo-ha. We can just laugh at it, but we don't have to actually deal with it. All right. Yes. Yeah, do hit that subscribe button because we are almost at 15,000. Almost there. Thank you everyone so much for helping me get to this point and building this platform to where it's gotten. Just wow. Could never have imagined this at all. Gail Lewis, you said that you couldn't sleep. Oh, well, thank you for listening. Just make sure that the screen isn't too close to your face so that so you don't get too much blue light in your eyes. Right, let's get to it. I do have those 2 Guardian articles that I was going to read out, but there's a couple of other things to get through as well. And yes, I've been doing a lot of polling regarding the coronation, the clowning, and it seems like the majority are either indifferent or don't care. And that increases or decreases when you look at age group as well. So a lot less interest from the younger age groups and a lot more interest from the older age groups, but across the board, lack of interest or just indifference. And now that Meghan isn't going, I think they're going to be wondering, are people, is that going to affect whether or not people watch? And Meghan not going has just sent these people into an absolute tailspin. Sorry, there was this that came out a day or two ago where they had tracked Meghan's sightings. I mean, this is stalker behavior. Tracking the few sightings of a woman that you claim that you don't care about. And they have literally so we're going from April all the way down to March. Like actual sightings, only 4. Like physical sightings. And yet you write 50 articles about her every single day. Now, yesterday I showed you a table of articles. I think it was 44 articles that were written within a 24-hour period on the Daily Express, I think it was. And that was just the Daily Express. When you combine the Sun, Daily Mail, all of them, it was hundreds of articles. And somebody tweeted an MP about this. This is John Nicholson MP. So this is actually a squaddy that tweeted him and said, "As a member of parliament, you can stop this." He responded with the word "how." My sir, what do you mean how? So then somebody responded to him saying, "If MPs are helpless to stop abuse of power, then what is the bloody point of you?" He then responded by saying, "MPs, it's a parliamentary democracy. If large numbers of people go out and vote Tory and the Tories are opposed to Leveson 2 will not be enacted. I am an opposition MP at Westminster. I cannot impose legislation with the government with a majority of 80 opposes." And then that lady responded, "You can always raise a matter in the HOC." And then he responded, "I do." Okay, so he says if everybody votes Tory, like there aren't other ways that we could hold the press accountable. Like if you get 10,000 signatures for a petition, I think it's, oh, somebody help me in the comment section. I think if it's 10,000, like it's read out in is it read out in the House of Commons? And then if it's 100,000, it's debated during, is it Prime Minister's question time? Somebody help me out. But there's a way that you can do it if you get enough people to sign the petition that it can then go through and you can then look at legislation, right? But there's also no reason why a group of MPs can't come together, because it can't just be one here, one there. And I think if he was giving a very honest answer, the honest answer is that they are scared of the press. A lot of these MPs also have something to hide. And this is why you need group action, not just from the public, but also the people in power. But then there's probably also people, if you had a group of MPs that tried to push for this, you'd have opposing MPs or more powerful people in government saying don't do it because they're also scared of government. That's the real reason it's almost impossible. Oh, Legs, you said, I want to know what is the royal family's long-term goals? The vitriol and hate they give to Harry and Meghan comes back. Why don't they stop being jealous, spiteful people? There is a very good question. And I don't think they actually have any long-term goals. I think that they're very short-sighted. I think that right now, everything evolves around Camilla. And she is busy doing her victory lap, getting her revenge. I mean, this was what Roy Nika tweeted yesterday. I had to look twice at this because I actually thought that this was some kind of joke cover that some squaddy made. This is actually a serious cover for the Sunday Times. This was tweeted by Roy Anika, one of the royal rodents. Queen Camilla, how the other woman won the Game of Thrones. There is no way that this wasn't sanctioned by the palace. 100% it was. I don't know what they're thinking. Like this is so tone deaf. And this is what they think that is popular for people. This is what they think that people want to see. The delusion. The absolute delusion. And remind me again whose clowning this is. This is Charles's. How is it becoming about Camilla? It's become about her because, as the subheading says, how the other woman won the Game of Thrones. Do you know something? I despise Charles and Camilla. I despise them as people. I despise what they did to Diana. But I always genuinely believed that they did love each other. I always genuinely believed that Camilla loved Charles, and it's why she was willing to be as evil and conniving as she was. And now I'm starting to realize Charles was never her goal. The goal was the crown. Because now you've got at the clowning her children, her grandchildren. I mean, Zara Phillips has kids. There's other children within the royal fold that could have been given a place. Edward's kids. Incredible. Really just incredible. Like, we are watching history. Hundreds of years of the British, yeah, not Game of Thrones, Mina. Hundreds of years the British monarchy. We are witnessing it in modern history. Those in you know, years and years and years ago got to Henry chop off his wife's heads, and now we're seeing the mistress of Charles become the wife, become the queen, and metaphorically chop off his head and place herself front and center. Just wow. This is meant to be King Charles's coronation. Camilla was just meant to be on the side. And there she is, in all her crowning glory, with that's Lizzie's necklace, by the way. That's a queen's necklace on the cover. So the article to accompany this hasn't come out yet. So we're still waiting for that. Yeah, no shame. Absolutely no shame. And sorry, just to go back to Legs's point, what is the long-term goal of the royal family? I can't see what it is. I think they are stewing so much in their jealousy, their anger, that they're just blinded by that. Very Macbethian, no? Mary H. You said, "Me too, Duchess. I don't like those royals more now than ever." Yeah, that's a lady. Infiltration, espionage. Rahini, since Camilla won the Game of Thrones, can we expect her to be treated like Cersei Lannister and be paraded in the streets? I'm yelling shame. Yeah, be careful what you wish for, or be careful what you put out there. It could come back to haunt you in the weirdest way. Yeah, this is another thing, Maggie. They don't talk about the Queen now. It's as though she never existed. And I think this is 100% deliberate. Helena, she can only be queen until her husband's death. I mean, with a smile like that, Charles better be watching his tea. Never seen anything like this in our lifetime. Louisa, I always believed that Charles loved Camilla, but I do not believe that she loved him the same way. Yeah, I'm starting to think that now as well. It really seems like that. To the point where Harry says publicly, both him and William asked their father not to marry her. Like, you're together. Why isn't that enough? We need an entire psychology faculty at Oxford University to break this down and teach seminars on this. Oh, also, here's a picture of Camilla there. She is with the Queen Mother. The Queen Mother in the red chair. And Camilla's at the back in the black. I don't know who the other people are, but that is her with the Queen Mother. Looks like they were having lunch or brunch from the archives. Let's go through your comments before I go on to the next thing. Deborah, you said it's good Harry is that tough enough taught how to stand up to those people by his mum and William, and still doesn't know even when he can see the handwriting on the wall. Camilla given roles to the unroyal grandkids. Are you saying that in relation? He still doesn't know even when. So I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Shadol, the side piece made it to the throne, but it's full of thorns and nails. Yeah, she's not going to sit on that throne very comfortably. Dilly, you said, welcome everyone also for just coming into the chat. Camilla has wound them all up and now royal family are a mess. That's what non-talented people do. They try to get you to focus on others' negativity to shield themselves. Well, on the front cover of the Sunday Express, royals on the brink of collapse. They're saying the loud parts out louder. Apparently, they're going to bring in around about 6,000 or 7,000 military personnel to pull off this clowning. They're saying that it's going to cost 100 million. I think it's got to be more than that. This is going to be the biggest security operation probably in our lifetime. I think it will actually cost more than the Queen's funeral. Right, let's get on to some interesting articles in The Guardian. So the Guardian are doing this Cost of the Crown series. And one of the articles in the series is official jewelry gifts to royals worth 80 million are not in the national collection, and the palace is refusing to explain why official state gifts worn by the Princess of Wales and Camilla are not in the royal collection. Y'all, I am so glad that they did not let Meghan touch the jewelry. They thought that they were punishing her by not letting her wear a crown other than on her wedding day. I think she was loaned 1 or 2 earrings or something for state visits, and they were really shady and gave her them Saudi earrings. But I think other than that, she wasn't really given anything. I think she got some, obviously Diana's jewelry, but nothing too controversial about Diana's jewelry. And the Queen gave her a pair of small studs. But aside from that, she wasn't really given any jewelry from the royal collection. And they really thought that they were punishing her. Mind you, Meghan is, her aura is the crown. She didn't need any of that royal jewelry. But Angela Kelly, the royal panty picker, she thought that she was being smart. Did Meghan a favor, because can you imagine now if they had been letting her wear all that jewelry and now this article comes out? Who do you think they'd be blaming it on? Be blaming it on her. Now, this isn't even being reported anywhere other than The Guardian. So, let's get to reading, shall we? Buckingham Palace is refusing to explain why 11 pieces of jewelry potentially worth 80 million that were official gifts to the royal family are not held in a trove of national heritage. The jewels, which have been worn by Queen Elizabeth II, Camilla, the Queen Consort, and Catherine, are not contained in the royal collection, the custodian of culturally significant items held in trust for the nation. The pieces include a set of aquamarine jewelry, 4 brooches, and 6 necklaces, including an extraordinary Cartier necklace of emeralds and brilliant cut diamonds worth at least 40 million, given to the Queen by an Indian prince. At least 4 of the items were presented by heads of state. The palace's policy states that, as a general rule, gifts to the sovereign from another monarch or head of state automatically become part of the royal collection, a body that manages items held by the sovereign in trust for the nation. You know, the way they word that, like in trust for the nation, as if my ass is ever going to touch those jewels, or anybody else's for that matter. The Royal Collection Trust, which manages the collection, confirmed that it does not have custody of the 11 jewels. Hashtag where are the jewels? A Buckingham Palace spokesperson declined multiple invitations to explain the current ownership of the 11 pieces. They suggested the royals do not regard the jewellery as their private property and that the items, which were given to the late Queen between 1947 and 1979, may in the future be added to the royal collection. So if they don't regard it as jewellery in their private property and they're not in the royal collection, where are they? Official gifts are not personal property of the member of the royal family who receives them, but may be held by the sovereign in right of the crown or designated in due course as part of the royal collection. The spokesperson said they declined to explain why the items were not already in the royal collection. Where the jewels at? The palace's policy on official gifts was first formulated in 1995 and updated in 2003. The guidelines state that items received on a state visit or in connection with the royal family's official role are not their private property. All of the pieces identified by the Guardian were given to the Queen before the guidelines were established. Okay. There is nothing in the policy that addresses gift received by the royal family or the monarch before the code was set up. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that would kind of explain why they can't find them. The potential value of the items is hard to determine. Were anyone else to sell them, they could collectively be worth at least 8 million, according to expert valuers. So is that the answer then? Have they been sold? However, analysis of previous auctions of jewels that were owned or worn by royals suggests a link to the Windsors would add a premium that could increase their total value to well over 80 million. Y'all, they sold them jewels. They sold them jewels. And then it goes on to another part where it talks about an exceptional jewel. Right, so give me one sec. I actually have to upload a picture. Or is it? Okay. It's being a bit funny. But basically, the jewel that they're referring to in the article, there's actually a picture of Catherine of wearing it, and it's quite a grand piece actually. Among the gifts identified are pieces of jewelry given to the Queen at her wedding and her coronation a few years later by state officials. By far, the most valuable is the Nizam of Hyderabad diamond necklace, crafted in its original state by Cartier in 1935 and later reset. The necklace contains more than 300 platinum set diamonds, including a detachable drop pendant. It was bought in 1947 as a wedding present for the then Princess Elizabeth by Mir Osam Ali Khan, the last ruler of Hyderabad in India. And so there's actually a picture of Catherine wearing it. It's quite a piece. Give me a sec. I'll try and get a snapshot of it for you, just so you can see it. So Catherine was wearing this in 2014. Let me just get it on the screen. Where is it now? Here we go. There it is. It's quite a grand piece. It's like detachable. It's like 2 halves to it. It is one of the late Queen's most elaborate diamond necklaces and one she wore regularly. It's also been worn by Catherine, now Princess of Wales, including at the Gala of the National Portrait Gallery. Sarah Abbey, a gemologist and jewelry merchant who estimated the value of several items for the Guardian, said the necklace could be worth more than 4 million before considering its association with the royal family. So it could be worth almost double that, triple that, quadruple that. Um, Having a renowned maker, important history, and notable provenance, the Queen's Nazim necklace is an exceptional jewel. However, her estimate of its value did not take into account what is described as the royal premium, which can dramatically inflate the sale of an item and could make the necklace worth at least 40 million. Y'all, they sold the jewels. That is why the Guardian can't find the jewels. Hashtag they sold the jewels. Jewels, which probably had stolen jewels in them, even though they were gifted. They were gifted jewels made from stolen jewels. Um, okay, so it goes on quite a few other pieces, a necklace, and that was made by Harry Winston. That could be worth as much as 9 million. That was another necklace that was given by Saudi Arabia's successor. A turquoise necklace that was given by the then president of Pakistan. So yeah, quite a few pieces from the royal collection missing, and not a word, not a word, not a peep. Give us a sec. Leslie F. And the long game is to put her family in the line of succession, where she felt they should all have been in the first place. Well, that may be her aim, but the line of succession is a line of succession. So unless she is literally planning on, properly Game of Thrones in, and you know what I mean by that, don't want to get hit by the censors, how is she going to make that happen? Like, how? Because the line of succession is a line of succession. Next is William, and then it's George. So how does she plan on getting up in there? Does anybody have any any ideas how Camilla would do that? Um, I mean, let's just assume that Charles passes away, then it's just her, right? So she's widowed. But it's still going to go to William. It's not going to go to her unless Camilla is collecting receipts that she wants delivered somehow. But I still don't see what she could do. I think she could definitely use the power that she has now to put her family in a very good position. Yes, but to literally like have her take over the House of Windsor, um, someone's got to explain to me how she would do that. But given how well she's played the long game so far, I don't know. Could be possible. Wait. Sorry, just going through your comments. Madwell, they might want to check Camilla's children for the jewelry. Oh, my guess is that they have probably sold it behind closed doors and probably made quite a hefty amount of money. Although, if they did, that still doesn't explain why Charles is running around getting cash bags of money. Unless these people are just so money hungry, it doesn't matter where it comes from or how. They're just going to take it. It's never enough. Very strange. Right, I think that's all I wanted to say for today. We'll keep it short and sweet. I'll go through your comments. Thank you for coming as always, everyone. Much appreciated. KRH, she said, William has been compromised. Do not expect much from him. He has dishonored his mother, Princess Diana of Wales. Yeah, I mean, the moment he called her paranoid, I knew there was nothing good was going to come after that from William. He's got too many of his own skeletons in his closet. He's not done the inner work that he needs to do to heal. I do believe that he is just like a kettle ready to pop. Deborah, thank God our princess was not there for them to blame. Yeah, exactly. See, everything that they've tried to do to Meghan, it's just backfiring. Everything that they thought that they were denying her of they were actually just setting her free. A girl Lewis, they need to check the Queen's Keeper of Jewels. Yeah, Angela Kelly might be involved in that. Truthfully, Dilly, you said crowns are symbolic for the opening of the crown chakra. Meghan is naturally enlightened. She has evolved. The royal family, however, need imitation as spirituality will always be stunted. Yes, that is a very nice way of wording it. Right, who is going to get the last word of the day? What are they worried about? Half of them are stolen. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many Tomb Raiders in this family. You just don't know. I mean, the Queen wasn't even in the ground yet, and there were a Tomb Raider in her jewelry box. Right, let's get going so that Girl Lewis can go to bed. Girl Lewis, go to bed. Drink some. I'm having sleep issues as well. I'm finding that like chamomile tea is helping. Yeah, it's a pretty beautiful necklace. Very well crafted. Right. I love you said I think the goal is to keep attacking Harry and Meghan till George is 18 when they can start picking on him. Well, unfortunately, they have already started to go after the children. Because who else are they gonna use as a shield at this point? It's really sad. But hopefully Harry has opened in a patch so they can run out of this crazy institution. Yeah, Coco, they were literally gloating to the press about not letting Meghan wear the jewels. Right. That will be all from me today. Enjoy what's left of the weekend, everyone, and wishing you all a lovely week. Thank you for joining me as always, and please do not forget to hit that subscribe button so we can get to 15,000. And thank you to the Mod Squad for always keeping this place safe. Love you all. Ciao.
Yeah. Hey, Amaru. Only if you're ready. Let's go. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love that do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Me no care about all the noise, but I'm digging your station. See how you got my head spinning with a body rotation. Couple days went by, now I'm losing my patience. Go ahead, drop a pin, girl, wanna know your location. What's your location? Had to pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way out. I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day. I'm only looking for loyalty. All I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love they do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Racing. I didn't feel like with her we can take over nations, yeah. We can take a trip whenever, girl, you need a vacation. Number one bad girl, killing everything like on a mission. Girl on a mission. pull a plug on your ex, now you coming my way. I can switch it up for you, girl, I'm no longer a player. See that pretty face on my screen, that'll make my day. Bea. I'm only looking for loyalty, all I need from you. I'm thinking you be the one for me. I can see it on you. Your love they do me every time. With you by my side, we gon' shine. Baby girl, you know you royalty. I've been waiting for you. Yeah. Do you know she royalty? Do you know she royalty? Do you know she royalty?
Question. Did you get a chance to meet with the royal family? And if not, how was it like having them there in the building?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph?
The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Oh, no, I did not. I'm only familiar with one royal family. I don't know too much about that one.